name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. How cool is that? Now, what are some ways to meet entrepreneurs? Okay, firstly, I highly recommend you start a podcast, because as I spoke about in yesterday's video, when you start a podcast, you're building a relationship with people on a one-to-one basis. So get the equipment, get the hardware, get the software, understand the process and the pipeline, and getting it on iTunes or YouTube and Stitcher and Apple, Google Play and all the rest. Understand the process and the pipeline. Go onto places like Reddit, Steemit, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and message people saying, I'm starting a podcast because of X. It's called X. It's aimed at people that doing, believe in this, whatever, and network, get them on the show. My podcast is called Become Remarkable. It's aimed at people it's for people around the world, whether entrepreneurs or not, to share their story and the guest story and who they are and what they stand for, what they believe in. In the next few days, I'm actually going to interview some guy who's in charge of a Porsche dealership. First, it's going to be interesting. I spoke to Gregory Mannarino as an investor. I've spoken to about 50 people already so far. I spoke to a lot of people in the anarcho-capitalist community, which is fascinating people. Tom Laguno from Gold Goats and Guns in Florida. People all over the place. People in California, people in Thailand, people in Russia, Australia, not yet, UK. I'm trying to think where else. Spain, Chile, some guy from Chile, all over the world. So start a podcast, invite people onto your show, and let them talk about themselves for 20 to 40 plus minutes. And when they talk about themselves, they know, like, and trust you then, because you're listening. You've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so do twice as much listening as just talking. So let them talk about themselves, and it builds a relationship. They begin to know, like, and trust you. And they can offer you stuff. They offer you connections. They offer you, go here, do this thing, or a free copy, or learn this, or free stuff. And the amazing thing is, at the end of the show, ask them if there's anyone else they know that will be interested in coming on the show. Because you can meet people. You can meet someone like third down the line by messaging one person. And I've done that. I've done a lot of that. I got some cool connections already. I'm about to record episode 49 sometime, I believe. Not sure. Let's look at it over there. Anyway, 49. So it's like, have a podcast and connect with people, and then put that podcast and share it online. Because it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And if you have people around the world that know you, oh, I've heard of him, oh, that podcast, oh yeah, he's a smart guy, oh. That's good, because that means things come to you then. Someone invited me onto their podcast recently, The Unrepresented Man. So it's like, oh, okay, cool, I'll check that out. Yeah, sounds interesting, I'll come on the show, please keep me informed. And there's another guy that started a podcast as well, tried to start a podcast, but I think he's put it on hold, though. Attention Secrets. I'm not quite sure where it is right now, but whatever happens, happens. So start a podcast and connect with people, and then that recording, share it with the world. Share it with the world, and people will find you and connect with you and all the rest. And go on to places like Eventbrite and Meetup. Eventbrite and Meetup are very similar. Eventbrite is purely, here's an event, here's the time and date, are you coming, yes or no? It's free, it's £10, 20 quid, 100, whatever, it's whatever. And Meetup is like Eventbrite, but also with Facebook as well. So you go onto the site, you sign up, and you put your interests in, and you find groups in your area, certain mile radius or whatever, and you join these groups, and you can come to the events. Some are free, some are paid, whatever. Go to the events, you network through there. And the other thing is, go on to places like LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, Reddit and Steemit. Go to these places and talk, communicate and interact with the community. If you've got a podcast, you can then share it in community, and people will find that. They begin to know, like and trust you, and that video, when you share it, it goes into the world. This person that emailed me to invite me onto their podcast, she's in Australia, and it's like, wow, I've never been there, but someone knows me. See, not what you know, not who you know, but who knows you. Oh, people in Australia kind of know about me. Not really, but 1 or 2 people might know me. Ooh, pretty cool, isn't it? And that's business opportunities, that's connections, that's networking. It's true, actually, come to think of it. Your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth. and you are the average of the people you associate with. So if you hang around with 5 smart people, you'll be the 6th. So go onto these Facebook groups, on LinkedIn and all the rest, and communicate with the society, the community. On Reddit, there's these subreddits: entrepreneur, mastermind, marketing, things like that, mentors. Go in and network and talk and consume and share. Go on to Facebook and type into the search bar things like entrepreneur, mastermind, marketing, success, stuff like that, and go on to groups and pages as well. Like the page and join the group and communicate and network and socialise. And you never know who you're going to meet. People are all out there waiting to network with you. They don't know it, but even I don't know. But I'm waiting to connect with you, and we've never met before. But we are waiting. And there was an interesting analogy this morning I was watching, and it was on this podcast actually. The analogy was that there's a rock. You throw the rock into the lake, or the ocean, or lake, or whatever, and that has ripples. And these ripples are going every direction throughout the world. So the more you do for the world, the more you connect, the more you share, the more you create, the more connections, more ripples that can go into the world, and that can change your fortune very easily. So that's why I do these videos, because I create them, and people find them, and they come to me, and people know, like, and trust me. It's fascinating stuff. So that's how you do it. Start a podcast. I highly recommend it. You don't know who you're going to meet, and you have no idea what you're going to learn either. It's really interesting. Facebook groups, LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Facebook groups, but also Eventbrite and Meetup. Those are some that I highly recommend. How cool is that? But also, in the meantime, remember that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest upload, because that way you can go out there today and do something remarkable. How cool is that?